Thanks for joining us. The Louisiana State Legislature was unable to pass a new congressional map in their special session. This after a judge ordered them to create a new with 2 minority-majority districts. WDSU's Eli Brand has been speaking with lawmakers from both sides of the aisle today on the next steps and joins us now live to break it all down. Eli, good evening.
Well, good evening. The immediate next step that's going to take place is that U.S. Judge Shelley Dick will draw her own map with 2 majority-minority districts. Dick is the same judge that told legislators to go and draw up a new one after ruling their original one unconstitutional for violating the Voting Rights Act. When Dick eventually draws that map, it will likely go before the U.S. Supreme Court for final approval. But for local lawmakers, they're still far apart on where this needs to end up. Louisiana Democrats expressed their disappointment in the inability of the Republican-led legislature to get a new map approved, saying the party is attempting to suppress the minority vote. New Orleans Representative Royce Duplessis proposed a new map during the special session, which died in committee.
This is going to define our state as we talk about the future of this state, whether people see Louisiana as Louisiana of the past or whether we're going to be a Louisiana of the future. We're not going to be able to attract new talent and young people wanting to remain in this state because of decisions like this.
GOP members say they believe the first map they passed did the job of giving fair representation, and they're ready to go through the process in the courts.
We don't have a say in every aspect of it. We have to follow such rules and regulations. We believe we did that, and therefore it has to go to the courts for that final determination. It's just part of the process. So you can't be upset that if someone doesn't like your map, they decide to take it to court. Again, part of the process, and we welcome input from everyone, and we'll just see how the case plays out in court.
State Republicans may feel confident on the outcome from the Supreme Court as it currently leans to the conservative side, but WDSU political expert Dr. Silas Lee says he expects the High Court to rule a redrawing of the maps, even if they strike down Dick's version. He says the whole process is about who gets more favorable districts for the midterms.
It seems like the court is saying, let's not delay the inevitable, but we have to understand the political dynamics. It's about power and representation and what the historical trends reflect in reference to the party in power and the impact and outcomes of the midterm elections.
Now, those historical trends Dr. Lee just referred to basically show that the party in power usually lose seats and usually loses control of Congress in midterm elections, meaning that the Democratic Party right now may be set to lose seats if that ends up holding true. That's why Dr. Lee partially believes state Democrats want that second minority district because those districts tend to lean towards their party. Reporting live downtown, Eli Brand, WDSU News.
And Eli, when would the Supreme Court be expected to rule on those new maps?
Well, Dr. Lee tells me that if it is taken up by the High Court, there's no way to tell when that final decision could come. The hope is that it would come before November when the midterm elections take place, because if that doesn't happen, then the maps that are already in place will have to be used for this election.